Check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check. Check 1. All right. Three against two was probably the first polyrhythm you ever learned. It was mine. I recently taught a lesson where I was trying to explain how quarter note triplets sound like. The way that I learned to do it was the same way you guys probably did. You take eighth note triplets and then you accent every other one. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Boom, quarter note triplets. But they were always kind of wonky. I mean, they never really locked into the metronome, and I never really had a reference to check against to see if I was playing them accurately. I would just sort of fumble around the quarter note and kind of land on 1 and 3. Years and years later, I realized that this, in a certain perspective, can you see my hands, is the quarter note triplet versus the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If the metronome didn't sound, I wasn't dividing my notes properly. I realized that that relationship wasn't just the key to understanding quarter note triplets and quarter notes, but it was the key to really understanding the difference between triplets and eighth notes. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 and 4 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 and 4 and when I understood that relationship, when I was in eighth note triplets trying to switch back to eighth notes, I already knew before I switched where that eighth note was precisely. There was no guesswork because that relationship already played in my head, even when I was in this note rate. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. I could already hear it. And so once I understood that, my accuracy for changing rhythms grew. Here's 5 against 4, for example. When I learned that, I learned it in a 16th note context. That is, having a 16th note rate and then accent every 5th note. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 5E and a 1. But faster. 1. That also tells you what quintuplets and 16th note sound played simultaneously. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so once I understood that, and I could hear both of them simultaneously, the guesswork disappeared. But now for the really fun part. I love polyrhythms. I love over-the-bar line phrases. Take, for example, 2 against 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I need to start that when the camera can see my hands. I'm looking right at you, and my hands are like emerging from the ocean. All right. Take your first polyrhythm that you ever learned. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You try to maintain that, but you count to something else. Because there's nothing stopping you from saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The relationship is still the same. You're still playing 2 against 3. But that doesn't tell you anything about your note rate, as I explained earlier, or it doesn't tell you anything about your time signature. So you can practice trying to maintain this relationship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And hopefully that'll open your ears to phrasing possibilities, specifically if you have issues phrasing in odd times or over the bar line or whatever. Anyways, I hope this helps. So I promise you guys I'm not being lazy. I have my outlines for my full-length videos ready, and I just need a large block of time, and with my gigging schedule, that's hard to find. But in the meantime, I figured that I would write these things called primers, where I would get you ready for what's to come with these quick little exercises and overviews of rhythm and everything that I'm going to talk about. If this helps, let me know. All I can do is try to, as best as I can, convey my own teaching experience and the conversations that I've had with friends and students alike that have not only led to breakthroughs on their part, but that have opened my eyes to new ways of thinking about things. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. A part of me just died.